Welcome to This Explainer. Okay, have you ever experienced that totally universal mystery of, working hard, making a decent living, but then you stare at your bank account at the end of the month and just wonder, wait, where did all my money actually go? It's like it just evaporated. You aren't out there making these huge, lavish purchases, but somehow the math just doesn't seem to add up. Well, today we're going to uncover exactly why that happens. I want you to think about your typical day. Think about those tiny daily purchases that just slip right through the cracks. You grab a coffee on the way to work, you pay a small delivery fee for your lunch, maybe you grab a quick snack on the way home. These are moments that barely even register in our brains as actual financial decisions, right? They're really just the background noise of our day. And honestly, whenever we do pause for a split second, we constantly justify these microtransactions by telling ourselves the exact same phrase. It's only $5. It's literally the ultimate get-out-of-jail-free card for our wallets. We use it to just brush off the expense because, well, in a vacuum, a $5 bill just seems way too small to matter. It definitely doesn't feel like a serious financial commitment. But here is where the math really wakes us up. If you spend just $5 every single day over the course of a single year, that adds up to a staggering $1,825. I mean, that is almost $2,000 gone from a daily decision that you barely even thought about. There's no dramatic moment where your bank account suddenly tanks. The money just slowly leaves. Section 1. The Invisible Enemy. The Psychology of Small Spending. Okay, let's dive right into this, because to fix this problem, we really need to understand the psychology behind why we fall into this trap. See, the core issue we're facing isn't actually the $5, it's the repetition. Spending $5 once is totally fine, but spending it blindly without knowing how often you're doing it, that's what drains your accounts. Think about it. If I asked you to spend $1,000 right now, your brain would immediately slam on the brakes, right? You'd research alternatives, you'd compare prices, you'd intensely scrutinize whether you actually needed to buy it. But when something costs $5, our brains just completely bypass that critical thinking process. The smaller the purchase feels, the less attention we give it, which creates this massive psychological blind spot. Section 2, the price of convenience. We really have to shift our focus here to how modern life is specifically engineered to exploit that blind spot. It's all about making spending entirely frictionless and basically invisible. Just think about the quick hits of modern convenience we all use. It's one tap to order food to your door, one tap to buy those clothes you saw on social media, one tap to start a brand new app subscription that you will absolutely forget to cancel later. You don't have to walk into a physical store. You don't even have to carry cash anymore. By making the act of paying completely effortless, we've removed the psychological pain of parting with our money. And when the pain gets smaller, the spending gets much, much easier. And this perfectly illustrates what we can call the subscription trap. You've got a streaming service, a music app, a fitness membership you swear you're going to use eventually, maybe some extra cloud storage. Individually, sure, each one is just a few dollars a month, but add 5 or 6 of these together, and that total annual cost is honestly pretty staggering. Multiple small recurring charges are silently draining our accounts, and the craziest part is, half the time we're paying for things we rarely even use. Moving on to Section 3, the alternative reality, otherwise known as opportunity cost. So we know where the money is going. Let's see how this builds, because we really need to introduce the actual stakes here. We need to shift our focus from what money we're losing today to what potential we are losing tomorrow. And that is opportunity cost. It basically means that every single dollar you earn has choices. When you choose to spend $1 today, you aren't just losing that dollar. You're actually losing the potential future value of that dollar. Every $5 bill you spend mindlessly today is a $5 bill that cannot be used to pay down your debt or invested to grow your wealth for the future. To put it simply, every single dollar you have essentially has 4 equal choices. You can spend it today, save it, pay down debt, or invest it for the future. Emphasizing this is absolutely crucial because consistently setting aside even small amounts, like that daily $5 we talked about, can build incredibly powerful financial habits over a long period. If that $1,825 a year is saved or invested consistently, the potential future value becomes so much greater than the original amount. It's the repetition that builds wealth, just as much as it drains it. Section 4. The Shift to Mastery, Building Better Financial Habits. So how do we actually fix this? Look, I want to speak directly to you here. The goal of this explainer is absolutely not to make you live like a monk. You do not need to feel guilty about buying a cup of coffee or treating yourself. Money is a tool. It's meant to be used on things you genuinely enjoy. The real problem isn't the coffee. Going to a restaurant isn't the enemy. The true danger lies in automatic spending. It's when you buy something every single day without even thinking about it. You don't really want it, you don't really need it, but you buy it simply because it's just part of your routine, or maybe you're just bored. That is exactly when a tiny expense mutates into a mindless financial habit. So, to break that routine, I want to introduce you to the 30-day $5 challenge. This is a highly practical, completely non-judgmental experiment. Step 1. For the next 30 days, just track every single purchase you make under $10. Step 2, record everything without any guilt whatsoever. Don't stop yourself from buying your snacks or your apps, just write them down. And step 3, at the end of the month, add them all up to see reality. The point here isn't to make you feel bad. It's simply to shift your brain from mindless spending into intentional awareness so you can actually see where your cash is flowing. Because ultimately, this right here is the core thesis of our explainer today. The goal isn't extreme saving. It's intentional spending. Financial success doesn't always come from making one or two massive, life-altering decisions. Actually, more often than not, it comes from thousands of intentional, small decisions made over many years. It's really about taking back the steering wheel and deciding exactly what habits you want to repeat. So I want to leave you with this final lingering thought. The very next time you see something that costs only $5 and you're about to tap your phone or hand over your card, just pause for 1 second. Ask yourself, is this $5 genuinely worth it to me right now, or would I rather use it for something more important tomorrow? You don't even have to say no. You just have to make a conscious choice. Because the biggest changes in your financial life don't always begin with huge amounts of money. Sometimes they begin with a tiny $5 decision,